Passimian will be making its Pokemon Go debut during the 2023 Pokemon World Championships event. In this video, I'll go through all of the event details and some tips to help you make the most of it. The event begins on August 11th at 10 AM till August 15th at 8 PM. The bonuses for the event are both Go Battle League focused. You will be able to do 10 Go Battle League sets each day, up from 5 for a total of 50 battles per day. Pokemon encountered from Go Battle League will have a reduced IV floor. The wild encounters will be Machop, Chinchou, Wooper, Sableye, Meditite, Spheal, Drillbur, Scraggy, which can be shiny for the first time in Pokemon Go during this event. There'll also be Bunnelby, Wooloo, and rare encounters Onix and Lickitung. In 1-star raids will be the new 2023 World Championships costume Pikachu, Alolan Sandshrew, Gligar, and Scraggy. In 3-star raids will be Skarmory, Galarian Stunfisk, and Passimian. In 5-star raids will be Cresselia, and Mega Gyarados will be in Mega Raids. Pokemon encounters from Field Research will be World Championship Pikachu, Alolan Sandshrew, Seal, Magikarp, Galarian Zigzagoon, Spheal, Passimian, and Wimpod. There'll also be some featured legacy moves available. If you evolve Alolan Sandshrew into Alolan Sandslash, it will have Shadow Claw. Evolving Machoke into Machamp will give Payback. Evolving into Dugong will give both Ice Shard and Icy Wind. Evolving into Walrein will get you both Powder Snow and Icicle Spear, and evolving into Obstagoon will give Obstruct. There will be a free timed research rewarding an Elite Fast TM and an encounter with World Championship Pikachu. There'll be a new Worlds 2023 jacket and jersey avatar items in the shop, and there'll be a free avatar tee in the shop, and another obtainable via a code from watching the championship stream on Twitch on the first day. Here are my thoughts and tips. If you are a big Go Battle League player, then having double the amount of battles you can do each day is a really good bonus. The reduced IV floor is actually a good bonus despite how it may sound. The Pokemon you get from Go Battle League rewards normally have a 10-10-10 IV floor, but the general PvP IV spread you want, if the Pokemon you're using has a higher max CP than the league's CP cap, is actually a much lower attack and higher defense and HP. As an example, this is usually more along the lines of 0-15-15 rather than the 10-10-10 and above. This means with the reduced IV floor you will be able to get a lower attack IV. This means you will be able to power up your Pokemon more before it reaches the CP cap of the league, giving it a higher defense and HP, allowing it to stay alive for longer and land more attacks. This is helpful in leagues that have CP caps like the Great League and the Ultra League. On the other hand, having a lower IV floor makes it a lot harder to get a Hundo, which would benefit a Pokemon if it maxes out below the CP cap of a league, or if you want to use it in the Master League. So there are pros and cons to this bonus. It's worth noting that legendaries don't usually have this reduced IV floor in events like this, so any Cresselia you encounter from Go Battle League will most likely have an IV floor of 10-10-10. The active leagues during the World Championship event will be the Great, Ultra, and the Master League. So let's have a look at the notable wild encounters. The wild encounters are actually really good for this event, being mostly meta relevant. Starting with Machop, this Pokemon is well worth going after because Machamp is a top 5 fighting type raid attacker in its shadow form and a decent accessible fighting type raid attacker in its regular form. It also does have meta relevance in PvP. In the Great League it is ranked 16 in its shadow form and 35 in its regular form. In the Ultra League it is ranked 53 in its shadow form and 83 in its regular form. It's also not a bad Master League pick, being ranked 95 in its shadow form and 103 in its regular form. Machamp does shine mostly in its shadow form, but you can get the XL candies from catching regular Machop and then use that to power up your shadow Machamp. Note that evolving a Machamp during this event will give the legacy move Payback, which isn't one of the best and recommended moves for Machamp, but it does see some use, and if you don't want it you can easily remove it with a charge TM. Chinchou is another good spawn, with Lantern being ranked 21 in the Great League and 77 in the Ultra League. Wooper's Evolution Quagsire is one of the best Pokemon in the Great League, being ranked 13 in its shadow form and 19 in its regular form. Sableye is another decent spawn for the Great League, where it is currently ranked 77 in its shadow form and 11 in its purified form. It's good to note that Sableye needs to be purified to be at its best in the Great League because it needs the move Return, which is only available from purifying a shadow Pokemon. However, if you already have a purified Sableye, now is a good time to get the XL candies. Also, it's worth catching Sableye whenever you see it anyway because it does give more Stardust than the average Pokemon. A regular Pokemon will give 100 Stardust when caught, but Sableye will give 750. With a star piece and a weather boost, that will be around 1400 Stardust per catch, although foggy weather is rare. Meditite will be a great Pokemon to go after because Medicham is one of the best Pokemon in the Great League, being ranked 7. Spheal will be spawning, and its evolution Walrein is a good pick for all 3 of the main leagues, but in particular for the Great and the Ultra League. Walrein in the Great League is currently ranked 14 in its shadow form and 36 in its regular form. In the Ultra League it is ranked 13 in its shadow form and and 18 in its regular form. And in the Master League it is currently ranked 75 in its Shadow form and 78 in its regular form. It's good to note here that Walrein does need both of its legacy moves, Powder Snow and Icicle Spear, to be at its best, but luckily they are both featured in the event, so make sure you evolve any good PvP IV Sphere while the event is active to get those legacy moves. Drillbur could be worth going after because Excadrill is one of the best non-Shadow, non-Mega, Ground type and Steel type raid attackers. It's also a decent choice in the Master League, being ranked 62. Scraggy is a good one to go after, not only because of its shiny release during this event, but also because its evolved form Scrafty is ranked 9 in the Great League and 28 in the Ultra League. Bunnelby's evolution is ranked 37 in the Great League, so this could be a good one to go after as well. Wooloo will also be worth going after because Dubwool is ranked 12 in the Great League and 19 in the Ultra League. Onyx will be a rare spawn, and its evolution Steelix is strong in the Ultra League, being ranked 14 in its Shadow form and 20 in its regular form. Lickitung will be the other rare spawn, and this Pokemon is decent in the Great League, being ranked 10, and its evolution Licky Licky is ranked 86 in the Ultra League. We have even more meta-relevant Pokemon in raids during this event. In 1-star raids we have Scraggy, which we already discussed is really good for PvP. I wouldn't recommend raiding it because it is a wild spawn, so it'd be best to go after it then and save your raid passes for something else. And additionally, the IV floor of 000 from wild spawns will be better than raids, which is 10-10-10, because you want 0 attack IV for a Great League Scrafty. Additionally, we see Gligar, and Gliscor is another strong PvP Pokemon. In the Great League it is ranked 27 and 42 in its Shadow form. In the Ultra League it is ranked 17 in its Shadow form and 27 in its regular form. It's also not a bad Master League Pokemon, being ranked just outside the top 100. We also have Alolan Sandshrew in 1-star raids, and its evolution Sandslash in the Great League is ranked 29 in its Shadow form and 60 in its regular form. In the Ultra League it is ranked 45 as a Shadow and 60 in its regular form. It's good to note that it does need the legacy move Shadow Claw to be at its best, and again it's luckily a featured move during this event, so make sure you evolve Alolan Sandshrew before the event ends to get Shadow Claw. The new 2023 World Championship Costume Pikachu is also available in 1-star raids, but I wouldn't recommend raiding it because it will be available in field research, so you can save your passes there. But if you are hunting the shiny, you might want to go for it in raids as well, because you want every encounter that you can get, and this shiny will be very rare after the event. Moving on to 3-star raids, we've got Skarmory, which is another strong Great League Pokemon, being ranked 54. Galarian Stunfisk will also be in 3-star raids, and this will be one to go after because it is one of the best in the Great League at rank 3 and ranked 29 in the Ultra League. Also, Passimian will be available in 3-star raids, which is the newly released Pokemon during the event. Unfortunately, it seems like with its current moveset that it won't be very meta relevant, but it's possible with an updated moveset in the future it could be. Either way, it's worth picking up for the decks because it will most likely be very rare after this event. Cresselia is in 5-star raids, and this Pokemon is definitely worth it for PvP. It is ranked 20 in the Great League and 3 in the Ultra League. As the catch CP of Cresselia is higher than the CP cap of the Great League, you need to trade to reroll to lower IVs to get a lower CP. Remember, the IV floor in a trade depends on the friendship level of the person that you trade with. IV floor for good friends is 1-1-1, for great friends it is 2-2-2, an ultra friend will have 3-3-3, and best friends will be 5-5-5. Mega Gyarados could be worth raiding to get enough Mega Energy to evolve one Gyarados, because once you have Mega Evolved a Gyarados, you will be able to walk any Magikarp or Gyarados that you have to gain Mega Energy. Mega Gyarados is the 4th best Water type raid attacker and the 6th best Dark type raid attacker in the game, and Gyarados is currently ranked 29 in the Master League and 18 in its Shadow form. There are also some notable field research encounters. Both debuts, Passimian and 2023 World Championship Pikachu, will be available from field research, and I would recommend trying to get them this way instead of using raid passes on them, especially if you aren't able to buy many raid passes. Alolan Sandshrew and Spheal are worth going after for the reasons mentioned previously. Seal will be a field research encounter to go after because Dugong is a decent pick for the Great League, being ranked 50. Dugong will require legacy moves Ice Shard and Icy Wind to be at its best, and again these will be featured during the event, so make sure that you evolve any Seal you want to use for PvP before the event ends. Magikarp could be worth going after because of Gyarados' meta relevance, but it might just be worth raiding a Mega Gyarados if you can because it takes 400 candies to evolve Magikarp. Galarian Zigzagoon might be worth going after if you want an Obstagoon for PvP. Obstagoon is ranked 80 in the Great League and 52 in the Ultra League. Wimpod will also be in field research, and it would be worth going after for PvP because Galizapod, its evolved form, is ranked 30 in the Ultra League and 70 in the Master League. I would definitely recommend doing the timed research because you'll get a free Elite Fast TM which are hard to come by. Many of the Pokemon featured in this event are good in Go Battle League, and some require being powered up with XL candies or even maxed out. So this event is a good time to grind those XL candies, especially with all of the wild PvP Pokemon. Holding onto the Pokemon you want to get candy for and trading them instead of transferring them will be a good option during this season, because during this season all trades will give an extra candy and a guaranteed XL candy, making trading a super useful tool for building XL candy. And if you want to max out any Pokemon, it will require 296 XL candy. If you enjoy PvP, this is a must play event with so many meta relevant Pokemon available. Let me know in the comments if you're going to be playing this event. Check out this video on the screen now, and as always, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.